We're back. Here we are.
We're back. My seat's a little dusty.
Oh, you probably haven't sat there in a couple months. I'm thinking.
It's the truth. I got some weird feedback. Give me 1 second. I got to close something down.
Okay. First episode, give us a little, a little wiggle room, a little. We're rusty, man. It's been. I'm trying to think how many months since our last, afternoon show, kind of reborn now, but we're doing it again. What's up?
Time out.
Okay.
I got a weird loop, some weird audio loop going on.
Okay. Do you have? Hang on, we'll troubleshoot it live. Do you have any of the tabs like YouTube or Twitch or X open in a tab?
Maybe.
Probably. It might be that. It might be that. Trust me, I've been there, dude. I've been there. I know how it goes.
Maybe.
Real cool though.
Okay, so seat was a little dusty. The window needs a little cleaning, but I am back behind the remnants. We've obviously talked. I'm so happy to be back doing a show with you, man.
Yeah, I missed it. I love the afternoon show. It was always a special vibe. It was all we knew that. You guys watching, I think everybody knew that was a really, really special show. And putting it on pause for a while, I always knew at least it would come back at some point in some form somewhere, and didn't know where and when, but we knew it would happen when it makes sense, and this made sense. And I'm with you, dude. I'm really, really freaking happy to be here. And I love where we're at, kind of doing it, I think, the right way now with a team behind it. And I'll have you actually get into what Chart Monkeys is and what it's going to be, but with a team behind it, a show that gets that push that it deserves and needs really to get to that next level. We have it here in the right places, streaming on Twitch. So you guys are over on Twitch for the most part here, tuning in. And that's the spot we really want to be pushing in and growing. And so really, really cool to see us streaming over there on YouTube as well, on X. But you guys are going to notice if you're over there, you're not going to be able to comment. We want you over on the Twitch side. So that's going to be our home bases on Twitch. But everything feels right with this right off the bat. Minus, there's one person I'd like to be here,
Should we have, do you remember at Passover Seders, we used to have, there's a seat that you leave open for, was it Elijah?
Oh my God.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do we leave a seat for Joe?
I think we should have a window for Joe always.
First off, Joe was, I saw further on yesterday was, or Feel Nothing, somebody was shouting out Joe on X, and Joe had said, first he's ever heard of the show, which for those listening, it's bullshit, because Joe's in Discord. He knew about it. I said, Joe, he may not have known this was the day we were starting, but I asked him before, hey, Joe, love to have you on the show, right? And he didn't know with his schedule if he could do it. And I know that as we get going, Joe's going to show up. It may not be today, but Joe, he's here with us in our heart and spirit. Yeah. Eventually he'll be here on screen.
Could we put it out in the world right now? Could we say, Joe, if you're watching and want to come in and be a part of the show number one, come on?
Yeah. Yeah, absolutely. I'm still figuring out these controls here a little bit. I see comments. Oh, I got it. Let me try. Yeah. Wait, it says my YouTube. Okay, got it. So I can chat on. Beautiful, cool. Yep. We kind of figured it out, man.
I think we got it. I think this is gonna be sweet. Some of this will be familiar if you happen to watch some of my other streams, right? A lot of that is some of that is what we want to do here, but it's just different when it's, me and my brother doing it together, and we got this cool connection and flow with each other. But we want to talk market. We want to talk trending stories. We want to be really real with you guys about the markets and the space and the narratives out there. And when we talk KOLs talking about that, just really real, authentic, community talk about this space. And then Henry, I'm curious how you look at it, this show now. It is an official CyberKongz show. How do you frame it, and where does it fit in your ecosystem? Yeah,
I think it's, we obviously, to what you said before, we've talked about how can we get a show going. We had good vibes on the afternoon show. Good vibes, not always awesome direction. And that was because you're obviously insanely busy on your end and you did everything. I used to say, I just showed up. And I think the timing was right as we kind of, when I say relaunched some things with Kongs, right? So we had a rebrand. We redesigned the logos. We have a new token, Kong. And it was like, okay, as part of this, like it can be difficult at times to just know like what's worth putting out there for content. You know, we're not so much like just, hey, let's throw memes out there like some communities, though I do want to see us doing a little more of that. And it was like, you know what, a show is a great way for people to get to know Kongs a little bit. And also like, I think we just vibe really well. And I think people liked listening to us. There's a lot of people that were like, hey, when are you going to bring the afternoon show back? So the idea is that, you know, we have people behind Kongs who have been able to help us, whether it's with graphics, whether it's audio, whether it's getting, you know, show prep going, good information, like, you know, sourcing the web for what do we want to talk about. So we just kind of have this like team now that's working on this. We're obviously going weekly at this point. And the idea is not like, the idea isn't, this is brought to you by Kongs, right? But the idea is like, this is not a CyberKongz focused show. Of course, we'll talk CyberKongz. And of course, when there's things going on and things we want to highlight, like there'll be parts of the show that we're going to do that. But this is a Web3 show where literally, dude, like just like it used to be on the afternoon show, we're just honest about our takes. And I think people like that. I think people just like to hear somewhat normal people who are engaged in the space with different backgrounds. Obviously, you're at Crypto Slam and you've got all the things that you guys do in the virtuals ecosystem, etc. Then we've got my experience being part of an NFT project. I think people just like that kind of unique commentary on what the hell is going on out there.
Yep. And I can tell you there's definitely a motivation on our side, and it's also with the Kongs team that's helping support the show to grow this damn thing, dude. Like, we get the opportunity. We now have the experience to do it, and it's not just doing a thing to do it, which is kind of what we did before. We did the afternoon show because it was fun, the end. This is different. It's time to grow the thing, grow the reach of the show, onboard people that are in crypto, to this community, but more than that, it's to onboard people who are maybe not in crypto and give them that entry point to get in. So that's why we're streaming in all those places. But yeah, believe me, the goal is growth. And so let's see how far we can push this thing, and we're going to make that effort.
I'm glad you said that, because I totally missed that point, which is a major reason we're doing this, is to kind of be able to talk to what we may call normies, people who are casual observers of crypto. They want to understand that next level. People we talk about all the time. Hey, I met so-and-so, they're in XRP, they hold Bitcoin, whatever the case may be. And like, they know that this ecosystem exists. They know there's this underbelly of crypto. They know they're more than likely exit liquidity on the retail side. And they just want to understand, like, how do I participate at a different level? And we're hoping that this hits the spot for them.
Love it. Love it. All right, guys. I hope you love, like, you'll see the graphics on the screen, different than we've had before, better than we've had before. That's all Ant, and give some love to Ant for the work he's put into this show. You'll see that continuing to get better probably every damn week. More production, more polish, just more. Like every week we're going to keep iterating on this thing. I want to make it the best. And so we're on our way to that. That said, we're going to shoot for a nice tight hour. Maybe we go long sometimes. I don't care too much, right? But we'll try to keep it a good tight hour and hit those top stories of the past week. And we got some spicy ones today. Of course, the market, we'll get to that first, but market's hot. The NFT dead conversation and, you know, everything happening after 8Fest. Yuga Labs is getting a lot of shit right now, a lot of hate. Not really, but that's what everybody are piling onto, because that's the prices everyone's focusing on. People might be surprised by my take there. We'll get to that, but a lot of talk about NFTs and where we're at and what should our expectations be. We had a big story today about, like, the robot revolution finally being here, like, in your damn house. It's that moment's here, and of course we got to talk about that too. But man, just a lot of fun stories to get to, and I'm excited.
Let's do it. Before you do, let's make sure everybody listening follows us on X at SharpMonkeys, at CyberKongz. Follow us on Twitch. We need that in order to be able to get subscribers on Twitch. We got to, I think, hit a certain amount of followers and whatever they call it, consistent streamers or whatever. What do they call that? Where you have like, yeah, you got to have like a few people watching your show, concurrent listeners, and follow us on YouTube at SharpMonkeys. So make sure you do that. It helps us out, which helps you out. And then let's kick it off, dude. Let's get into it.
Wild thing though. I just got to say, like, being live on Twitch is really different. Like, I've never streamed there. It's really cool to see us there. I love it. I just love it. All right.
It's good.
By the way, I don't know if you noticed, we can put comments on the screen now. It can just always be there, which is great.
Love
So
it.
Flood that bad boy, guys. All right, let's get to the market here. Quick touch point here. Like what? I was thinking about this ahead of time, and I'd like to come prepped with takes and thoughts. And I'm like, how do you have them in a market like this where nobody knows anything? That's been my reoccurring take for the past probably month. Nobody knows anything. We had half the timeline, probably more than that, saying it's over. It's over. Really good takes explaining why it's over. And I'll tell you, damn, it felt over. It felt over for a minute there, with the China-US trade war that kind of came out of nowhere. Didn't feel great. Before a week and a half, we're back again already after we hear that the rare earth mineral controls are on pause. The U.S. 155% tariffs against China also on pause for 12 months. And while I looked at that as just words and I didn't expect it to last, we're seeing some tangible stuff already happening today. It's like, okay, it's more than words. I think there's progress there. We'll show it. I do want to quickly look at the market here. Bitcoin, we're down in the past day here. I didn't realize. I thought we were nicely in the green. Bitcoin trying to hang on to 111K right now. ETH dipped below 4K. Ripple 262, Solana 196. I need to keep reminding myself, you got to look at BNB now, because it's such a hot ecosystem all of a sudden in just the past 4 to 6 weeks, hitting an all-time high over 1,300, which boggles my mind, man, seeing BNB there. But right now, just about 1,100. All in all, looking great, but everybody's like, we're waiting for FOMC today. That's the biggest needle mover right here, right now, and that's coming up in, I think, 2 hours?
Yeah, 2 hours, 15 minutes.
Okay. All right. What way you think we're going? I think most people are on the same page with what they're expecting today.
Quarter points, what everybody's expecting. It's probably priced in to some degree. I'm just saying things that I don't actually know, but it seems like everybody's been expecting, a quarter point. And it's really, I don't want to say it's funky, but like Bitcoin feels solid. Do you know what I mean? It feels solid. Like it's funny to see, the reactions on X lately, which obviously we're going to get into, just like NFTs in general, right? And you see, I'm saying like October, like, and I kind of mean like, it kind of feels like it's over at times. And then the other side of it is like, thank God we got 2 days left in October and we can kind of start fresh in November and see what November looks like. But there's this major disconnect between, I think, what's happening on the retail side with Bitcoin versus what's happening on the degenerate side in, specifically NFTs, meme coins, etc. There's a little bit of a disconnect. So it'll be nice to see how that lines up for the rest of Q4. Do we get a little bit of a pop? I mean, I don't want to say it's hard to picture going lower, and I know we'll get into this when we get into the NFT side. So let's continue with this part. Then we can.
Yeah. So you're spot on with the 25 basis point cut is what it looks like we're getting today. I still think there's a chance we get no cut today, and I think I think that wrecks us if that ends up happening today. No rate cut potentially leaves us open for an emergency cut at any moment if we need it. And there's still that little hope you get that 50 basis point cut. I think neither of those will happen. 25 basis point cut makes sense. It's almost certainly priced in already. So does it do anything? No. Either of those other options, though, does something. Again, either absolutely wrecks us or sends us, puts us back to maybe 120K Bitcoin plus. So fingers crossed for that side of it. I'm not expecting it. We'll know in 2 hours, 2.5 hours, whatever. It's coming.
I think there's another thing maybe holding us back a little bit, which is the government shutdown. It's funny because I don't really see that being talked about a whole lot. We talk about it a bit in our nightly voice chat in Kongs because there's some people who are either government workers or maybe their spouse are government workers. And the reality is, like, you have a lot of people who are going onto their second pay period of not getting paid. I've noticed it at my shop. And I just feel like there's going to be this kind of trickle effect of normies who may normally want to spend, $150 or $200 or whatever it may be of their paycheck in crypto, who are like, right now I got to buckle down and I just don't have it to spend. So it'll be interesting to see, like, when is that over and what kind of effect does that have?
It's kind of why nobody's got the confidence to spend on anything right now. Government shutdown is such a huge part. When it opens up, it opens back up the Clarity Act, right? Market structure that is expected to move out of the committee phase by Thanksgiving. supposed to be voted on and passed before the end of the year. To me, that's what really opens the floodgates. Market continues. Hopefully, banana zone if we haven't wrecked ourselves, taking that out of the mix here. But no, I'm so optimistic about. I'll tell you what, not just like short term, medium term. I'm still optimistic. Probably going deep into 2026. Probably that's something we could focus on next week. Is like predictions, projections, the why. But I'm gonna get fuddy here for a minute after when we get to the NFT stuff. But in general, I'm really optimistic. You guys see that version of me often, so probably not a surprise to you guys. But this is the kind of thing that gets us some momentum going forward. I think after rate cuts, something like this starts mattering more, right? China, money where your mouth is, right? Again, it was just words, the other day of a pause, the 12-month pause on the war. Well, buying 180,000 tons of soybeans, first in months coming from China. There we go. There's something tangible, something that actually brings some stability to the market. So really optimistic seeing that. Quantitative tightening comes to an end. I don't know if that's something Jerome Powell will mention today, talk about it today. And it's not the same as quantitative easing. That's different. That would send this market, but he may talk a bit about the end of quantitative tightening, which would be really good for the market as well. So that's something I'm watching for today. We'll hear about it probably afterwards in any meeting minutes, and we might get those next week, but we'll see things to be optimistic about here too.
Give a stimmy, man. Just give us a stimmy, right? You're going to shut the government down. You're going to kind of make the markets bleed a bit. I know the Dow is looking fantastic, but just give some normies a stimmy. We could use it.
Feels like that's on the table too. It's been mentioned a few times. Stimmy coming from tariffs, and it's like it would be great. Also weird, but that's on the table. That's very possible to happen here. But what we do know, this feeds more into probably again next week's topic. But why I'm so bullish and optimistic, it's this. It's everything is doing what we thought it would do. Coming on chain, crypto and stable coins are the tools that will update the global financial system. It's the thing we believed in. It's really here. It's really coming, and it's because of these, stories like this. Coinbase now collaborating, partnering, integrating with Citi. So just this easier way for Citi to get, US dollars here into the crypto ecosystem, having access to wires and ACH and FedNow, and just so many interesting things come from that. I like to remind people, this doesn't do a damn thing for your bags. It doesn't. This is mostly all stable coin talk, right? But I also followed up by saying, as adoption grows, more people come to crypto through something like this. Some of them go and explore, because they're finally holding some stable coins, which is a crypto. And they're like, okay, crypto, I have crypto now. I'm a crypto holder. I'll buy a little Bitcoin. And then some of them, I would say like a small percent, 1% of them will come and branch out, and they'll find meme coins, and they'll find collectibles, and they'll find just corners, different pockets of crypto that, they have that moment that we've had, the aha moment. It'll click for a lot more people if we get tens of millions of people coming in that weren't here before. This is the kind of thing that starts bringing them here. And then finally, we see NVIDIA poised to be the first company to hit a $5 trillion market value. Is crazy. All these predictions out there, thoughts that it only goes up from there. We're going to see our first trillionaire, right? Elon Musk, or maybe it's Jeff Bezos. We're going to see a trillionaire out there in the world. We'll see companies that are valued at numbers that just wouldn't have ever made sense 10, 15, 20 years ago, and now is reality. And I think these changes that are coming here, powered by AI and robotics that we'll get to, is going to lead to much more of that. So the wealth effect is coming back, but the fact that it's not here now is why the market is so tricky. It's why NFTs are in such a tough spot. Nobody's rich right now, and we need that.
Let's talk NFTs, man.
Maybe starting with these guys. I'll say this. Nothing I'm going to say here is piling on Bored Apes. None of it. It's just the example out there right now. In fact, I have not been bullish on Bored Apes in a few years.
Wait. We need to bring it up on the screen, right?
That's a good point. Actually, I thought all the other ones were up.
Yeah, I kind of noticed you were talking about something you were referencing and couldn't see it. Yeah, nice one.
Yeah. We had all the stories. Whatever.
Yeah.
We're on track here. Yeah, I can't FUD these guys. I'm more bullish on Bored Apes than I have been in years. Literally years. I was bullish when Garga got back in the mix, took over. They, kind of shed all that dead weight, and, the direction they were going that just didn't make sense and wasn't going to work gaming. Just didn't make sense for Bored Apes. What they did the past year, maybe a little longer, most of it didn't make sense either. It's the parties I know them for. It's the vibes. It's the ultimate flex, the community that's getting, money's getting rained down on them. That's the stuff that to me was the Yuga Labs vibes. Those to me are back in a way that I don't remember seeing since 21, 22. And why all of a sudden I'm more, like I said, more bullish on Yuga than ever. Ape Fest was last week, and crazy announcements there, man. Crazy announcements. The physical clubhouse in Miami, breaking ground in January. This club is going to open at some point next year too, and to me, that's the most Bored Ape thing you could ask for. IRL event, party spot. Let NFT holders come and host events there. Just hang with other NFT degens. I don't know if it's going to be a nightclub where like anybody can come, not just NFT people, but just full on nightclub kind of clubhouse thing. And then have the exclusive parts of the clubhouse that's just Bored Ape holders. I love everything about that, man. Everything. I think that's the biggest announcement they've made, maybe since Garga coming back in that CEO role. Incredibly bullish. They had Big Boy and Clips performing and Kodak Black performing. Also big. That's the energy that I expect from these guys. So they had that as well at Ape Fest. Announced a partnership with Amazon, launching, I believe it's 2,200 Voyager avatars. So some limited edition avatars for the other side metaverse. So they're still pushing that direction, but big partnerships. That's the stuff I expect from Yuga. It's the partnership that only Yuga can kind of get. Maybe Pudgies could at this point too, but very few can. They get it. It's a big deal. And then also something like this, right? Just cool bracelet. Poker. Oh, how cool is that? Poker tournament. Incredible looking bracelet.
Okay, I saw somebody wearing. Okay, did they have the tournament or are they announcing it? Because I feel like I saw somebody wearing this bracelet. They posted it, and I just thought it was like a piece of jewelry. They got it. This was a poker classic. Okay.
Yeah, happened Sunday. Cool. We got our winner. Rock the bracelet. More of that. Just keep doing that. And if it doesn't move the needle in price, and spoiler, right, it didn't move the needle in price. In fact, it moved it the other way. All these announcements and prices down. I gotta say, well, I'll just drop this in quick. They also launched a strategy coin or token during Ape Fest too, another deed strategy, which I like. I like these strategy tokens.
And they did a partnership with BMW.
Right, that's true.
Yeah,
I was
just gonna. Yeah, go ahead.
An animation with Machi Big Brother too, and a great looking animation that they said you will see on major streaming platforms. So I have a feeling we're going to see that on like Amazon Prime, or we're going to see it on Netflix, and it looks fucking phenomenal. The most bullish announcements you could ask for a project. And
they missed one thing. The thing is, all of that stuff they did is amazing. And by the way, from our afternoon show, I think we did our last afternoon show. Was it maybe a year ago, give or take? Was it like fall or winter that we stopped?
No, I think it was spring. I think it was like February, March.
Okay. So maybe I was kind of going through my metamorphosis of not hating everybody.
I remember that era, dude.
Yeah, that was an era. Hate you all. I don't even have that in me. In fact, I'm kind of embarrassed that I ever did, because the reality is I know how hard it is to do these things, to get people to care, to get these massive partnerships. They literally did just about everything you could hope a project would do. They missed one major thing. Could you guess what one major thing they missed?
Big old airdrop, stimmy, make your holders rich.
Yeah, that's it. That's the only box they didn't check. And the thing is, like, you can only check that box so many times anyway. So it's a little sad to me, but it reinforced the idea that anybody who's in this space kind of already understands about it a bit. What's good for the brand doesn't necessarily equate to what's good for holders immediately. It used to be, man, if they would have come out with this 3.5 years ago, can you even imagine? Can you imagine in 22 if these were the announcements at Ape Fest? You'd be like, game over. Apes to 250 ETH. It just would have been insanity. But it's not. It's just not like that anymore. But
instead the opposite. Bored Apes floor now hit a 4-year low. It's the lowest they've been in since their ascent into that next level, that top tier NFT. We didn't see these prices in the bear market. We didn't see Bored Apes. I don't think they got under 9 ETH or 10 ETH. They didn't get there, and now all of a sudden it's lower than the bear market price. 6.69. It was at 6.3 or 4 yesterday. Crazy.
Wow.
And so, dude, I'm thinking, Was Ape Fest a black swan event for NFTs? Because it's changed how people think about NFTs. It's like, if that doesn't do it, nothing will. Fuck it, I'm out.
Okay, this is kind of the juicy part of the conversation, and it's not that it's that juicy, but it's like, this is the meat and potatoes of it. I don't think it was Ape Fest being a black swan. I think you could go back to I really feel like Doodles led the way when it came to, okay, Pudgies has led the way when it came to like physicals in retail, right? And really pushing the IP side of things. And I know we'll talk Pudgies here too, but I feel like Doodles is one of those ones where it was like consistently, whether it was Adidas, whether it was G-Shock, whether it was, I think, Arizona Iced Tea, Crocs, collaborations with Lil Wayne, they were consistently coming out with cool shit. And they're probably going back to like 2 years ago or so, you started to see that those things just didn't matter at all. This is the Doodles Universal collaboration. I think it was Telegram stickers, right?
Yep.
And that's what's tough about it is like, and somebody wrote an awesome thread about this stuff. And I wish I could recall it. I wish I would have posted it in our little show prep, because they were spot on in what they were saying. They're like, you come out like Doodles X Universal, right? And then you find out like it's Telegram stickers,
right?
You're not like, oh, Doodles, headed to the big screen, or Doodles, something in Universal Studios in the theme park. It's like Doodles. And if you want to spend 15 ton on a sticker, you can have a Doodles Universal too. Not fudding it. It's just really underwhelming. And I'm glad you posted this. The Fruit Loops box, I saw it the other day. I don't know if you saw that. Yep. And I remember it's really funny. I've talked about this, before. Years ago, we were approached with someone who had the IP for, is it General Mills? Are they the ones that do like
Cheerios and
yeah, it was like whoever has like Frosted Flakes, Fruit Loops, Toucan Sandwich Fruit Loops. Yeah. So it was like that brand, this person had the IP. They did have the IP. They just didn't realize they didn't have the IP rights for digital goods. They had them for physicals. So in the end, what it would have been is exactly this. It would have been, hey, you can get a cereal box. There's no cereal in it. It's not for sale in stores. It's just a collector's item. And so it is cool. Like, I would be happy as hell to have Kongs on a cereal box. Keep in mind, the price of these at the time would have been like, I don't know what these were. These were going to be like $250 to $500 with like random prizes that you could get in them. But it's like, it's cool. It's also not like you're going to your local Walmart and you're picking up a Fruit Loops box with the Doodles on it. So cool, also not amazing.
Yeah, I would have loved it if it were in the store. I would have gone to a store and gone looking for it, which all of a sudden makes it more engaging. It just does, like, because you just got this connection with the brands. You see it out IRL with normie seeing it and have no clue what it is, but you do. You know what it is, and I don't know. There's something more. It just grabs me different. So
it was Kellogg's. Mio just reminded me. It was Kellogg's that had approached us, and the thing is, like, what does it mean? What does it mean? I mean, I feel like racking up those wins for your community to be able to see your IP being pushed out there, even though it's costing them money to do these collaborations. Like, Fruit Loops isn't paying them. Doodles is paying Fruit Loops to be able to get these collectible boxes. So the thing is, like, what does it mean in the end? I think it means like some patience, because like the brand winning doesn't mean the holders are winning yet. But I still do believe that it can mean that. I think it can mean that. I don't think it means it this cycle. I don't think it means it in 25. I'm not even sure if it means it in 26. And I think people have to just, you used to talk about this years ago, how some of the prices just don't make sense, right? For what you're getting from it. Why are you going to part with $30, $40, $50, $100,000 for a JPEG? If it's not giving you financial return, you have to be really wealthy to be able to just hold that asset just because you love it so much. And let's be real, most of us in here are not of that caliber. Most people participating in the degen side of things are just not, they're not the people who would go spend, dude, they're not spending $500 on a piece of art IRL, let alone 50 grand.
Yep. No, the way I'm reading this too. Okay. So mostly on the timeline, people are saying prices are dumping because there's just no value. It's not worth it to holders anymore, or new people coming into a non-Bored Ape holder wanting to buy an ape here at 6 point whatever, which is what $28,000, 26,000, little above. Man, in the bear we talk prices, and we use Bored Apes as an example. It's just you talk about the top ones. It's how I try to gauge the rest of the space. And I'm like, guys, what would you spend? What's that level where you are buying? What gets you in? Is it $10,000, $15,000? Is it like 5,000? What's that number that gets you in? And my take was always, guys, I think it's a lot lower. It's like in the long run, as NFTs and crypto get more normalized, well, we start normalizing the prices too. And that's just how this works. Think of like AI tokens overvalued until we started wrapping our heads around AI. Token prices come down. Same with meme coins, same with pick any sector you want. The more people understand it, the more prices settle down to something more realistic, more reasonable. So I always saw these NFTs, top ones. I'm like, I could picture a lot of these top ones, and I'm just going to throw random names out, but like maybe an Azuki or a Cool Cat or whatever. Like I could see them being worth a couple $100. I could see $500, which is a hell of a lot lower than most people would want to like get on board with. But to me, that's a more reasonable price, with the top ones being worth, a few $1,000s. 2, 3, 4, 5,000. Where even with a Bored Ape is where I'm like $5,000 for a JPEG that you don't make money off of. That maybe it's just access to the cool party. I don't know, man. I don't know. I think a lot further to flow, but I also say it's not a reflection of the apes. It's not a reflection of NFTs. I think it's more a reflection of us as collectors. That right now I don't think people are liquid. I think it's a sign that people don't have the money. They don't think there's more money coming. They don't have any confidence in this market because, look, I was telling you, even Henry, today or yesterday, you'll take a loss on your NFT. You'll watch the value of your NFT bleed out if you have other money, if it's not hurting you, just your wallet as a whole, right? You might watch it bleed out, but you like it enough. You're just going to hold it. And you're like, if the price goes down, it goes down. I like the thing. I got other money to work with and play with. I think they don't. I think traders do not have a lot of money and are not very liquid. And that's why we're seeing these bleed out right now. Everyone's like, let me lock it in because I think we're falling further. And I don't want to realize the loss now because I think it's going to be hard to come by.
Okay, I felt that way. I did feel exactly what you're feeling. And I'm not saying that you're wrong. But then I watched the Mega ETH presale. And I'm like, okay, so if I was questioning whether there was money sidelined, like we all knew there was, right? You know that there's money sidelined. But then it's like, okay, is there money sidelined that people are willing to spend? And I think Mega ETH has shown like there is. I just think there's a massive disconnect between those people and what they're willing to spend their money on. Like if you look at NFTs overall, you're taking you're kind of taking a massive bet right now, right? That like in some period of time, 6 months to 36 months or whatever that period is, where the digital collectible side of things really starts to come back, where you've talked about this, where people start to really value these things as collectibles versus utility tokens. Those people I think are like, no, I think that still has room to bleed. Like, I think a lot of people look at NFTs and think like there's still a ways from almost 7 ETH to 0. So there's still room for them to bleed. If I really want one, I can pick one up at, maybe it's 10% less than this, maybe it's 50% less. But if I'm looking for like something that's going to cook, then, I either want like a pre-sale ICO that I think is going to do really well, or maybe I want to be in the trenches and gamble on shit coins. Because that if you're buying an ape for 7 ETH, you're not selling it for 14 here in the next, 3 months or
right.
or 3 weeks,
or maybe even 3 years. It's like it's hard to see it without the wealth effect, without something that happens in this space that brings, man, a lot of money to a big portion of the community here. Without that, it's so hard to see these, really getting it back. But yeah, it's a great point pointing out Mega ETH here. Clearly, there's a lot of money still in this space and people willing to spend it. $833 million is committed to the Mega ETH presale right now, putting that coin at a FDV of almost 17 billion. So there is money out there. They're willing to spend it on the right thing, the thing where they think there's upside, and nobody's feeling the upside in NFTs right now. They're feeling it in probably the best L2. And I don't mean tech wise, even though tech wise, I think they might be there, but the best is in everything. They got the ETH cabal guys. They've got like the personalities. They've got the backing. Vitalik is an investor in this chain. Peter Thiel is an investor here. This is like the perfect, it's kind of like the perfect token to be betting on right now. It feels like an automatic win. When you see those, people will go hard at that thing. But again, because they see the upsides there. NFTs, not so much, man. But look at those numbers, man. Crazy.
It is. Yeah, it is crazy. I think the Mega ETH, the ICO there, I think Monad and the airdrop coming from Monad. We'll talk about this a little bit if we've got time. Potentially MetaMask's token. There's some things on the horizon that could be liquidity events for people. I don't think that these become liquidity events and then everybody goes shopping. To Pat Nutt's point, looking back to like Punkster and the strategy tokens and how well they were doing out of the gate. And then we were joking, like that was a meta that lasted kind of long compared to the typical life cycle of anything going on right now, right? Like to get 3 weeks out of a token, pretty good. And it's still sitting well above where it was like called in Kongs. I think Pat Nutt actually was the one who called it in Kongs back around like, I think 2 million market cap, give or take. So yeah, I am pretty certain people are going to win pretty good on Mega ETH. But I'm not certain that just flows back into JPEGs right out the gate. It's kind of I don't want to say it's a sad narrative. I mean, like as somebody who's like really ingrained in the Kongs community, I hate going in there when the vibes are down, and you feel for people. I have completely disconnected personally from my Kongs assets because like they're different value to me. Do you know what I mean? They're not, I'm not selling these. So I'm at peace with realistically all of my JPEGs, Kongs, X copies, like whatever it is, I am at peace knowing like whatever they do now, 5 years from now, whenever that time period is, it's what they do. But I think I've come to realize there's a lot of people who spent obviously real money and probably on in a highly speculative asset class, which is what NFTs and sort of all of this is, and didn't really have the ability to afford it. I'm seeing a lot of that lately where it's like, and that's tough. Like that's a tough pill to swallow if you full poured it into JPEGs and then you're just watching it bleed right now. You've got to either like accept your loss and move on, or you have to ride it out. Like those are your choices right now.
Tell you what, baby, I'm riding it out. You would expect that of me, right? I'm riding it out because I still circled 2030 as the rough time of where things are different. Different. You laughing because it's ridiculous? Maybe.
I'm laughing because I was hoping Ordinal's Q4, and now we're talking 2030.
We need something very specific to happen. It is, it's a part of the same thing. We need the traders to get rich. I believe that happens when AI matures more, when robotics is really here. We'll get to that shortly because it is kind of here. We need, again, a company valued at 4 trillion, and we'll see that growing over the next. It's more that we expect this money system to explode, to blow up, to not work, for something to happen where we have to outpace our debt. How do you do that? You introduce fuckery into the markets, right? You print money. It's probably going to be some stimulus as well. 2030 is when we also expect that the job markets will be impacted by AI and again, robotics too. And it's just, I think that's a different time where we look back at the economy today, doesn't resemble what it does in 5 years. And I'm hoping that means more money in our pockets. UBI, UHI, universal higher income. That's the setup we need, I think, to bring those prices back to really what we saw in 21, 22. And I think that's going to happen. And I cannot let go of the prediction because I believe it. I believe the prediction that top ordinals collections going to a 1 Bitcoin floor. I still believe that. Now, my confidence is not shook on any of that because I think that setup is coming.
Mine's shook. I am. So here's where I'm at right now. Runes to me are dead forever.
That could be. Yeah.
Ordinals, I'm starting to feel a little bit the same way, but because of my bags, I'm just like, I'm not selling. I'm just holding on hope that like that thesis can happen, even though I know it's not going to happen right now. People get stupid rich from Bitcoin, which who was it this week that was calling for 1 billion Bitcoin? It was
1 billion Bitcoin.
I got to find it. Yeah. It wasn't JP Morgan, but it was somebody it was somebody. I'm going to find it.
1 billion?
1 billion. It was ridiculous. And I don't think it was clickbait. Hang on.
I mean, if we're talking 50, 100 years out, then I can see
this was actually by, I think, 2030.
That's insane. I know the 1 million Bitcoin prediction.
I think it might have been Fidelity, but I'm going to find it.
Find it. 1 billion by 2030 is kind of insane, but the 1 million Bitcoin is part of my 2030 thesis. It's 1 million Bitcoin. It's the AI and jobs, kind of impact. It's the most likely UBI, UHIs thing. That to me is the perfect storm that brings ordinals back, but back bigger. I think it's a Bitcoin, future, and that's not a bold take. The rest of NFTs, I don't know. But actually, I will say this. I'll kind of wrap up my point about NFTs right now. As we see that utility doesn't matter, just doesn't. It's pure collectibles matters. I still think the most pure collectibles on Bitcoin. I think it is the blockchain that matters the most. And so that 1 Bitcoin prediction, actually, I'm going to be throwing up a prediction market about that. It'll be open for 5 years, and it's going to be, do the top ordinals collections hit a 1 Bitcoin price? Node Monks, Quantum Cats, Taproot Wizards, OMB, and I might throw Sense in that mix, but does one of these collections hit a 1 Bitcoin floor in the next 5 years? It's a market I'm going to launch on Predict Base. It's a prediction market I love, who sponsors my Friday stream. They're great because they let you launch your own markets. They introduce live odds. I'm going to make that market. And that means, guys, what I think is cool about that is over the next 5 years, we can just trade those live odds as, look, we know sentiment's going to shift back to NFTs. It's just how it works. It will shift back. I get to then gamble on the odds in all these up-down cycles here. And so right now, everybody would be buying the no on that bet. No, ordinals are not going to hit a 1 Bitcoin floor. I'll be buying yes at that point because the odds will be better. When it gets super bullish out there, I'll probably be selling some of those yes shares. So I'm looking forward to playing that. I might launch that market today. We'll see.
Hey, real quick, you just reminded me, we launched the market and we forgot to talk about the market.
Okay, well, hang on. Did we actually put it up?
I just linked you in Discord. Yeah, okay. we launched, which is going to be part of our, this is going to be kind of part of our show, that every week we want to launch a market. This week we went a little bit football fantastic. And I'll let you pull it. Do you want? I linked you.
Okay, hang on. Okay. Let's get it on screen. Okay, this is great. Again, I've got a great relationship with the Predict Base team. This is an incredible prediction market that is on Base. It has an AI agent that you can use to create markets through, to actually bet on the markets through. It's not going to the platform. It's just tweeting at this guys, hey, bet $10 on the yes or the no on this market, right? I think they're going to give us some support too with this show. In fact, I'm going to be pushing to have them sponsor the show. More to come on that front as far as maybe a relationship between the Chart Monkeys and Predict Base. But I think they're the top prediction market on Base, not counting Limitless because they're very different. Limitless is just bet on token price up, down, and that's it. This is the prediction market of Base with the backing of virtuals. More to come too that I know they're cooking up, but there it is. Henry launched a prediction market here.
Okay.
NFL, Bills versus Chiefs. Yeah, go ahead and get in.
Yeah. So, I think every week we've kind of talked like we'll change it up. It can be sports. It can be market. I linked it in the Twitch chat. I also threw it in the Kongz Discord. So this upcoming Sunday's game, Bills versus Chiefs. It's a home game for the Bills, and it's a simple prop bet. Will Josh Allen score a rushing touchdown? So head over to the link. And by the way, I would take the yes on that all day long. Yeah, yes. I'm not saying that is exactly what's going to happen, but the odds are very good that Josh Allen will have a rushing touchdown. They like to push him on the 1 or 2 yard line. So, yeah. I
might take the no just to get some skin in the game here too, right? And just to help the odds get a little motion. Okay. I'm probably going to take the no on this one. Okay. Yeah, I'm excited to get some more markets cooking here. It's going to be great. Guys, if you want...
I don't like that. I just saw that somebody else said they're going to do a no as well. Yeah. Cool. I'm taking the yes.
Better odds for you then. Yeah, better odds for you. You win more.
That's right. Yeah, Pat Nutt thinks they rigged the games.
Well, what's cool too is Predict Base usually is going to fund these too. They're probably going to throw some liquidity in here, which means more money for you guys to earn if you bet on this market and win on that side. And we've got all kinds of ideas. I don't think we'll do it this episode. Maybe we do. But I'm like, dude, Henry, would be cool if we really pushed these and incentivized it and said, hey, guys, if you are on the winning side, you're also entered in a raffle for, I don't know, a VX Kong or a Baby Kong or a Genkai or something, or we can target it to the losing side. That way, kind of there's another chance to win still. So we're going to play around a lot with this here, but I would be getting in early on this platform also because I think using it, you're also farming for the, base token whenever it comes, just using base. This is on base. So, this may help you with a base stimmy whenever that comes.
I like
it. Sounds like so.
I like it. Get your asses over there. Predict Base. Check it out. We're using your platform. Give liquidity. No, it's fun. You know what? It's just something fun. We usually would do this at the beginning of the show, but we got excited and we kind of moved into our spiel a little early. So I'm going to take the yes after we get off.
I'm going to see if I can just quickly.
While you're doing that, I'm going to let you throw a no bet out there, and I'm going to just take this opportunity to pay some bills from our sponsors, Trenchbot. Huda, are you tired of missing the moves?
Yes, dude, always.
Sorry, I made the lamest radio ad for this. Fire up Trenchbot, your all-in-one crypto command center right inside Discord. Track tokens, follow smart money, and trade faster than ever. Don't get left behind, Huda. Trenchbot.io, where the action starts.
Discord bot for trading on what? Solana?
Dude, so Trenchbot's kind of awesome. If you're a trader and you typically use like Telegram or you're using Axiom, those are, Axiom is a great platform. And of course, you may have your favorite Telegram bot. But what's cool about Trenchbot is it is native to Discord. So you can only use it in Discord. You can bring it into your server and essentially works like a Telegram bot. Anybody can post a ticker or a contract address. It brings up a nice UI. And directly from that UI, you can buy and sell tokens. If you have a server, you can contact the Trenchbot team because they can give you a percentage share of the fees that are generated from your server. And Trenchbot just introduced yesterday, it's called the First Caller Rewards. So if you are the first caller of a token, let's say you called Trump in the Kongz Discord, if you're the first caller, you earn 10% of all of the fees generated from the cells in that Discord. So if you're on the alpha, if you're early, and if you catch a winner, then you can actually you can make some money. So currently Solana, Base, obviously Ethereum mainnet, Ronin, and Binance Smart Chain are all available on Trenchbot with more chains coming soon. So check it out, add it to your server. Any questions, DM the Trenchbot team in Discord.
Dude, love it. Okay, I do need to start getting in and using it too. Especially, I believe, dude, I really do believe meme season's going to heat up. I do. I'm that guy. I think everything cycles back, and that includes NFTs. It does. And then I think we're going to see a big old push towards AI again. It's kind of happening now, and the robotics. I just think we got such a hot thing coming still. So stay dialed in, boys.
What else? You want to do a little Kongish stuff, or what? You want to go through some topics? I know we're at the 50-minute mark. So.
Yeah, we're already running. We're going to get better with our keeping it tight, and I feel like we're over time on certain things. Now, let me hit a couple quick topics here real quick, which is, okay, if people aren't buying NFTs, what are they buying? It's a different market. People are spending they're spending on Mega ETH, but we also learned this week they're spending on, sorry, let me get my screen up here. Okay, Magic Eden packs. You are starting to get a glimpse at where Magic Eden's going, and I think this is super interesting. Okay, these are packs that have NFTs in them. It's like a gotcha kind of machine or whatever. You buy the pack, you crack it open, you're hoping to get a nice NFT that's very liquid that you actually are up on. So these packs are priced at like 0.3 ETH. There's a cheaper option, but let's say the 0.3 ETH, you could win a Pudgy Penguin. Man, they did 12 million in volume in a week on those packs. They did more volume on those packs than they did on their entire NFT marketplace. People are eating those up. So this does show again that traders have money. They're not interested in NFTs right now. They're interested in gambling. They want that quick win. So I'm paying attention to that. Plus, you're starting to see the direction Magic Eden is going, which they're calling iGaming. It's internet gaming, which is gambling, right? It's gambling with gaming. I think they're going the prediction market path too. I
Ooh.
think we're getting details on that at some point soon. But, you know, all that's to kind of tidy up the conversation where there is money out there. People do want to spend it. They want to win. And you find those right things like Mega ETH, probably like these packs. Then we see opportunities there. So
I saw him on there the other day, and I just thought it was like somebody launching something. I didn't realize it was actually Magic Eden that was bringing this on board. I love it. I think DGens like that sort of thing.
yeah. Oh, they love it, dude. They love it.
And didn't you say, you might have just mentioned this and I wasn't listening maybe all the way. Didn't you say they did like 5 million in volume a couple days back?
The packs?
Yeah.
12 mil. They did 12 mil in volume in a week.
Me.
Yeah.
Yep.
It's great. It's great.
It's incredible.
Good gambling, whatever. MetaMask rewards. We'll do this just real quick, but MetaMask revealed their season 1 rewards kind of platform. It's a lot of farming. It's very much like OpenSea. Nobody likes it. Now, they came out and said, guys, the farming is separate from the mask token. By the way, 30 million in rewards for this season. It's a pretty good chunk of money. That said, it's about 500,000 people who are going to be eligible. So it's not going to be big wins for people. Also, they're going by your historical transactions too. But it's like if you spent like, I don't know, like $1,200, you're basically at the top tier, which means Pranks spends millions is at the same rank as somebody who spent, you know, 1,200, which doesn't sound great. Nobody's
1,200 in what? In swaps?
I think swaps basically, or
okay,
gas, or
I'd
you know,
be there. I'd be there. I used to do a lot of swaps on MetaMask, so
yep.
Okay, I need to check that.
Nobody happy with it though. So I'm hoping their latest comment just saying, guys, this is not the mask token. That's different. And I feel like their wording was more like it's different and it's bigger, means you'll like it more. And hopefully they take feedback from this and bring that to the mask token and be like, pay fucking people, pay them, pay the people who've been around and using your shit.
Stop with it, right? Just stop with it. Like you ate off of us for so long. Just make it easy. Do an ENS style claim. Just like, hey, you used our service. Here you go. Kind of like Monad. I got an airdrop from Monad. I didn't ever do anything on Monad. I'm happy about it. But like all of this stuff, whether it's the OpenSea rewards, whether it's Mask, I'm like, I just don't want to have to like keep doing stuff. I'm not really in your ecosystem. I use your product. Just give. Don't make me work for it.
That's what it is. If you have people that made you by spending some of these guys millions at the right time that, you know, you wouldn't exist without that, reward those people, pay those people, dude, because then they will stick around and keep using their platform. These guys are all like misaligned with these reward programs. So
agreed.
I don't know.
Humanoids, dude. Humanoids.
This was a great story today. Okay. Have you been paying attention to the robot meta? Like it is a meta in crypto.
Okay, maybe not so much in like I remember going back to the AI tokens. It wasn't AI 16Z? Was it Eliza? And they were going to have the yeah. Okay, so I remember that, but I didn't know that it's taken off anywhere past that.
Yeah. So, and this is really in the past like 2-ish months. A lot of the virtuals projects, and guys, you probably know I've been really deep in virtuals going on, 9-ish months now. So I know it well. They've made a bit of a pivot, or it's more like they've launched a new pillar of virtuals, which is virtuals robotics. And there's robotics projects launching on virtuals too. So we knew this meta was coming. I didn't see like a ton of upside on these kind of coins and betting on these kind of projects. Cause like, I just think robots are hard to relate to. And it feels like it's far enough along where you're like, I just don't feel the opportunity betting on these coins. That said, this video that came out today, the Neo home robot, I watched this 10-minute video and I'm like, fuck, I think they got me. I think they got me because it looks cool. And it also looks like scary. And it also looks like not super useful yet, but it still looked cool. Something got me about it. Should I play like a minute of this?
Yeah, maybe. Yeah, let's do it.
Let me find a good section where you see what he does. Yeah, let's get him in motion a bit. But guys, this is a robot that you can buy right now. I think they start shipping either later this year or it's next year, but this is a robot you can have in your house that'll help you with tasks around your house. I'm going to play this. Okay.
Does it have a middle appendage yet? Slightly below the waist?
Oh, I wish. People are going to customize them,
We lost it.
No, I got to share it a different way to get the audio. Okay. Hopefully no feedback here, but here, let me make sure. Audio. Yeah, we should be good. All right, let's get this going. I mean, just take a look. This guy, I just want you to picture this guy in your house following you around, and just be aware that, like, okay, he works kind of autonomously. If you want to get him to get deeper training on a task, they actually have a developer that connects to it and like pilots him via VR. So you will literally have some dev from halfway around the world in your house piloting that robot's body. That part freaks me out a little. I don't love that, but it is what it is.
Autonomous. The chores feature lets you schedule a time for your Neo to do all of your chores so you can come back to a cleaner home every day. With the AI companion feature, you can talk to your Neo to get assistance with anything from a hard question to a household task. With Neo's autonomy, you can get access to all of its latest AI features to get help with tasks on demand. And the Neo app lets you interact with your Neo from anywhere. But all you have to do to get started is turn on your Neo and introduce yourself.
Baymax.
Hey, I'm Neo. I'm here to help around the house. What's your name?
Harry.
Nice to meet you, Harry. When you have a question or want something done, just let me know.
And I'm just going to show some of his tasks because they're pretty light, right? You know, it's like vacuum, it's like empty the dishwasher, which actually is helpful. Take care of the laundry, hang up my coat, you know.
Anytime you're away from home and you want to see what your Neo's up to, you can open the app and see directly from Neo's point of view.
It's pretty interesting. Like, I would like that. I would use it. I don't think it's going to be so good yet.
Not yet.
Not yet. And this is a $20,000 robot, but
no, it's amazing. I at some point that'll be $5,000 and you can get it at Best Buy.
Yeah. Funny thing is, dude, okay, so 20,000 is cheap for this thing right now. This should probably be $100,000. It's cheap because they want it in your house for the training data. And this is the thing I'm seeing out there around like the virtuals ecosystem and maybe a little outside, but the current robotics projects are less about the hardware. They're more about the data side. And so what they do is they have you wear like the Meta Ray-Ban smart glasses, and they have you complete tasks. Actually, Virtuals has one of these programs as well. They have an app called Seesaw. So they give you tasks like make a sandwich while you're wearing the glasses and record it. And it's picturing all your articulation points and what you're doing, right? And it's recording data, taking that data to train robots. It's, you know, make the sandwich, do your dishwasher, fold clothes, stack some crackers, whatever. So simple tasks, again, all that fed to robots. And those kind of applications where it's getting your training data have tokens. You can speculate on that stuff right now. So
wow,
those are plays out there that I'm really watching for. Probably want to get some exposure to some of that stuff too, because again, this is the first time the robotics thing actually got me really excited. And I'm like, okay, maybe it is time to get some skin in the game. I was bearish on it before. I flipped. It might be time to be focusing on that. And I'm always looking for new metas. So robot meta separately, and I'm just getting really bullish on virtuals in general. We've got that meta. We've got a neobank meta coming that looks really hot. And guys, we won't go deep in that now, but if you don't know the word neobank, you need to. That is going to be a very hot meta. It's all it is a bank that exists online only.
Oh, I've seen this. Yeah.
It's very hot meta that's coming. The tokens that I'm at, one I'm in now, I bought into at what 100K FTV shot up to 20 mil in the past week. I think you're going to see these neobanks reaching 100, 200 mil, 500 mil if we get crazy again. But that's what's coming for these neobanks. I'd be paying attention to those. But just more broadly, get familiar again if you were there. Get re-familiar with the virtuals ecosystem. If you weren't there, it is time to get back to go there maybe for the first time. And I think you're about to start seeing some big wins. We will start getting guests on this show. I think Henry might have somebody lined up a couple weeks out. But I do want to get you guys exposure to virtuals. I think there's some very special stuff there, and it's more about the wins. So we will start having guests on the show from there, from beyond. We want the biggest guests, and we're going to aim for that too. But yeah, virtuals looking interesting, guys.
Do you know what I want to get you exposure to?
What's that?
Oh, it's a little segment I like to call Monkey Business.
Oh, I love that, dude.
Oh, but I can't find the thing. The thing.
What are you looking for? That was awesome.
The thing. Well, essentially, yeah, I'm going to do it again just so you can see it. Yeah, we got our little CyberKongz coming across, Monkey Business. You know what? This is just a part of the show. And obviously, as we go, further with the show, we will we'll do some highlighting of CyberKongz, right? I mean, we're a Kongz inspired show. So every week we want to just be able to talk something about the CK ecosystem. We've had so much going on that like, I'm not going to spend 15 minutes talking about Kongz. I'll give a little bit of an update on, we had our migration of baby Kongz to the CyberKongz evolution. I think we've had close to 1,200 babies migrate. I think there's been almost 2,000 roles of evolutions, because if you migrate your baby Kong, you get upgraded art. You also will be in, if you migrate and evolve, you will be in for seasonal distribution of Kong. So if you have a baby Kong, make sure you migrate and make sure that you evolve your baby if you want part of the seasonal distribution. And part of being in Kongz is this side of Web3, where it's like, you have projects that are focused on IP. We're focused on, the community, and we're focused on sharing alpha in CyberKongz. It's a great place to learn. It's a great place to have exposure across all spectrums. If it's virtuals, if it's ordinals, if it's DeFi, if it's DeFi farming, like any of those things, you're going to find it in Kongz. Wanted to highlight today Rice, who's Rice started in the Ronin ecosystem. He's a gamer. Like, that was where he got his start, and he worked his way from a Genkai, a CyberKongz Genkai, up to a Gen Kong. He posted this win in CK like 2 days ago. This was off a call on Punkster. You can see he made like $11,500 on that Punkster call. So Rice, if and when you see this, well played, sir. Well played. And if you're in the CyberKongz Discord, make sure, got the Kongz anthem going. Make sure that you post your wins in the Flex Win section, so that way we can highlight them on the show. We'll obviously talk more Kongz. We'll get into Kongz Hub, which I'm hoping goes live next week. That's going to be your collector's dashboard, where you'll be able to connect your wallets and basically get badges that are affiliated with the different traits you might have on certain NFTs, all kinds of stuff that comes with that. A little bit of social-fi, and it's just another way to be able to earn Kong during the seasonal distributions. But I think next week we'll have a lot more to talk about when it comes to Kongz Hub. But I'd be remiss if we didn't get that in today on our inaugural show. So nice job, Rice. We're on an hour, dude. I don't know if you want to run into bullish bearish.
We got to do bullish bearish. Yeah,
Okay.
no, I think we got to do bullish bearish. Let me get
right.
that queued up. I'm ready for it in a quick second. Can I do a shout out for something we're working on?
Absolutely.
Okay, hang on.
Absolutely.
I'm gonna and look. I get my inspiration from other shows out there. I like when the people on the show, it's like local updates. I like when people share the stuff they're passionate about. But let me get mine queued up. And this is more for you guys, especially you if you're a developer or a builder, if you have friends who are. Where's my damn tweet? Hang on.
Sorry,
Hang on.
loaded you up for bullish bearish, and
That was beautiful.
yeah.
We'll run it. I want to
We'll
run
do
it
it
again. Yeah, hang on. Where's my tweet? Okay. I think I've almost got it. Okay. There we go.
Great. You're doing
Okay,
great.
thank you.
Want me to
Thank
bring it
you.
up on screen?
The joys of live. Here I can pop it up here. Add to stage. And then I like this. I love this layout, by the way. This is a call to builders out here right now. If you are building in the base ecosystem, if you are building in the Ethereum ecosystem, looking for data to power your dashboards, your agents, your trading tools, your alpha reports, we are putting together, and we already have this now. Actually, I should say we have 27 builders, devs right now in a group in our Slack, building out with our data. I've realized our data, I have a hard way of explaining it sometimes, but we've essentially built the Wayback Machine of blockchain, going back to historical dates at the block level and understanding a token's price, understanding the holders, understanding, market cap FDV, but man, so much deeper than that. It's the reputation of the people who are making those trades at that block, like literally at that timestamp. the IQ of the trader. Are they winning, losing on the trades? The flow of their trades. You know, you see these whales that are pushing big money. Is it a big buy? Is it a big sale? And overall, their volume, what direction is it going? The kind of power, the kind of dashboards and tools you can power with something like that is that historical data is different than your traditional alpha reports. And so if you're a builder and want to connect to that data, we are giving free credits to that data. Hit us up at CryptoSlam, DM me. I will bring you in that group and give you credits to use our API to tap in and test and build, and we'll be there to support you too. Okay, go to CryptoSlam. It's the pinned tweet. We'll talk about that other times in the future too, but just know I'm very passionate about what we're cooking right now. I think it's really special. More on that to come. Let's do our bullish bearish.
Bullish bearish, brought to you by us.
By us. Beautiful. I want a song to go with that too. But yeah, Bullish Bears was a segment we did back with the old afternoon show. It turned into one of my favorite segments too. And it's how we usually end the show. Rapid fire through some interesting topics out there. And it's very simple. Are you bullish or bearish on the topic? Sometimes we'll give a little take there too, but yeah, let's get into it. X402, big narrative meta, and it's a protocol that exploded over the past week here. Payment rails for agents to connect to APIs and make payments over that API call. Eliminates the human needing to connect to do payment stuff. Henry, bullish, bearish on X402?
I think I'm bullish. As long as it doesn't turn out like 404s, I'm bullish.
There we go. They're expecting $30 trillion to be transacted or purchased by agents or influenced by agent purchases. This is part of that. I'm with you, bullish. Okay. Crime season, baby. Crime season. Was this part of our bullish? I think it was.
Yeah, okay. It was.
CZ gets the pardon from Trump, looking to potentially sue Elizabeth Warren. I like this. Bullish, bearish on, well, let's say CZ getting the pardon.
Bullish.
Easy take. Also
Go
bullish.
Aster.
Yes, dude. Yes. I can't wait to see that come back. Bullish as well. Okay. The Clubhouse coming from Yuga Labs, Miami coming next year. What's the take?
I'm bullish on it.
Full bull, bullish as well. Hey, bullish, bearish could be a prediction market.
Ooh,
that would make a good prediction market.
Okay.
It's just because you can do polls.
Okay, note to self. Okay. I like that.
There we go. Abstract. What is this? Abstract XP. What is that? Just generally the XP you get in abstract. Are you bullish on abstract? Is that what it is?
I think this was. Now I got to look. I feel like that was about XP kind of getting like how people were feeling about XP and it kind of got nerfed before. Bearish on my current XP status.
Okay. Where are you at? What rank?
Man, like some weeks ago, I was like a week from gold. And after they kind of nerfed it a bit, now I'm weeks from gold. So,
wow. Okay.
Yeah, I just feel like I'm like falling behind versus gaining. Okay. But, yeah. Bearish doesn't mean I'm bearish on abstract. It just means on the XP I'm getting.
Wow. Okay. They recently updated the chain 200,000 transactions per second. You got to push that direction if you're going up against, the monads and the mega ETH. They're doing their thing. I'm bullish. I'm in platinum. I'll go bullish on XP. So
GG's.
There we go. Besson saying government shutdown is starting to eat into the muscle of the U.S. economy. Are we bullish on the economy or no?
Ooh, I'm just bearish on the government shutdown in general. So, bearish.
Look out for the snap shit. I'm telling you, I think, they're worried about riots. I could see that happening very quickly if they don't fund this thing and, reopen and fund snap by, we got 3 days. Scary. I'm bullish on riots. Said this before, this is from OSF. It's my goal to not compete or cannibalize other crypto projects. For me, it's not about flipping this coin. What is this? Bullish, bearish on REKT?
It's bullish, bearish on REKT.
Got it. Where you at?
I'm bullish. I like OSF. I like what they're doing. Kind of quietly building, but still in the mainstream. Bullish.
Great. Bullish as well. Great. He's phenomenal. Day 2 of doom scrolling porn app.
Yeah, this is somebody who is like, what if we could get like a TikTok-like app that was for porn? Are we allowed to say that on Twitch?
Do we not have that already?
I don't know, but I was like, bullish. It's bullish.
I'm bearish. Get that out. Brain rot. Get the fuck out of here. Counter-Strike. What do we have here? There was a big Counter-Strike drama last week.
Yeah.
Someone wants to offer 1.2. What is that? something.
The gist of this bullish bearish was what CSGO did, where they kind of nerfed like rare items and allowed you to have like common items that you could kind of trade in for a rare item, and it just fucked up the whole ecosystem. And while I'm not in the ecosystem, it seems like it was bearish.
Yeah, bearish to change your rarity. Yeah, that's for sure. 100-year-old World War II and a chin up on a tank barrel during an honor trip marking the 80th anniversary of the Battle of the Bulge.
Bullish, dude.
Look at that. How can you not be bullish on that? Get out of here if you're not bullish on that.
Yeah, you can go right to hell if you're not.
Badass. Look at that. Okay, gold price is falling below 4,000 an ounce for the first time since October 13th. That was quite the pump and dump, dude. Fuck. We're used to that here, though.
Yeah, bullish on gold long term. Still bullish on gold.
More bullish on Bitcoin?
Yeah, absolutely.
Beautiful things. Street art giving the illusion of motion.
Watch this. This is wild.
Oh, okay.
Okay, watch that. And then
shit.
Little horsies running, and then you're almost flying and close to done. I think that's awesome. I'd be so happy. I drive so much, you know that. Like, I would love if there was some of that shit happening on my drive. I'm bullish on it.
I love it too. Okay, and then finally, bullish, bearish on, this might not even belong there, but whatever, on those Magic Eden packs.
Bullish. I like it. I haven't bought any. Maybe I would, maybe I wouldn't, but I like the idea of it, and I think it keeps degens clicking. We want degens clicking.
We want them clicking, man. We really, really do. Well, there we go, man. First episode of Chart Monkey in the bags. Not bad. We'll get better as we go. As I said, the polish, the production, the formatting, just all the above. Just expect improvements, expect some more fun here, expect some guests coming on. In fact, I think at some point, some of you coming on, we at one point did a kind of call-in section, which I think belongs back here, even if it's a people calling and leaving voice messages that we play live for a minute. We got some ideas, dude. We're going to be cooking up some stuff here. And then when the time is right, we'll see when that is, but maybe it's not a once a week show. Maybe it's a little more frequent than that, but we will be pushing for sponsorships. Again, a lot more to come. So happy you guys were able to tune in for the first episode.
I just want to give a quick shout out to Further Ron and Feel Nothing, who both were sourcing some articles for us during the week. Super helpful on the back end. Thank you guys for doing that. It takes a village. It takes a village, sir. No, a lot of fun. Shout out to Ant for like really hooking us up on the graphics. And dude, I'm happy to be back, man. Next week's going to be even better. Knock off the rust a little bit on my end. You do this every day, so it's nothing for you. But I'm feeling good about the future of this.
Likewise, dude. A lot of fun. It's good to be back. Next week, same time, same place, 12 p.m. Eastern time. Twitch, X, YouTube. I think we got to get on Kick as well. And we actually have a goal of getting on Facebook too, which might sound weird, but hear me out. I know the Reddit army is on Facebook. Yeah. So I really want to start pushing there, and we can actually start pushing LinkedIn if they do video streams, but we want to start reaching people that are well outside of our echo chamber. Cause look, they know us, we know them. The same audience everybody's fighting over. I don't want them, to be honest. I do want them, but I want a whole new audience that I know are out there. They don't even know that this world info exists. They don't know.
They will.
We want them to know.
They will. Shout out to Pi Star for the first comment. So, yeah. Okay. First one in the bag, man.
There we go. Guys, have a great rest of your day.
Need an outro.
Well, bro, we got it.
Yes.
We got the outro. Guys, we'll see you again next week.
Joe, we miss you. See you next week, Joe.
Come back, Joe. If I play the loop, will it play the music over it?
Maybe. Starting soon loop. No, you need yeah.
Hang on, maybe this one.
Yeah, this one.
You guys have audio? Do you hear the Kongz anthem?
I do.
Okay.
See if anybody else does.
Yeah,
they
hear it. Good shit. All right, guys, we'll see you next week. Goodbye.